A few days ago, I read this beautiful line over on Instagram that's been going viral. Don't forget to overthink the best possible outcome too. And I was intrigued by it for two reasons. One, because it's a pretty simple line, then why is it going viral all around the world? But the second thing was what it says to us about our behavior. Because if there's one thing that human beings have quite literally mastered the art of, it is overthinking, over preparing, worrying too much about negative things that don't even happen. And that's why that line resonated with so many people, because they were like, oh yeah, I've just been overthinking the worst. I probably should think about the best too. And it's not just people from a certain country or people from a certain place or from a certain kind of background that resonated with that truth. It's people all over the world. And that's why I wanted to make this video today, not to tell you how to stop overthinking, but to explore with you a powerful question. Why do we end up doing this in the first place? Why is it that under the name of preparation, under the name of getting ready, all we are doing is thinking negatively, and that's actually the biggest blocker to our growth? And what if I told you the success that you want, the dreams that you want to achieve, the big goals that you have, well, they are on the other side of not just overthinking, but also of thinking positive and thinking better. And this is not just some video about how to manifest better or the power of your thoughts. No, we are going deeper. We are going into the neuroscience of why positive thinking actually works and how it can help you create the best life ever. There are two kinds of people in this world. The first kind you can imagine on this side are the negative thinkers, the critics or the cynics who believe nothing is really possible. And on the other side of the spectrum, we have people who are delusional, who are crazy and who think anything and everything that their mind thinks is possible. Now, before you decide which side is good or which side is bad, I want to help you first get out of this good or bad mindset lens, because that lens is a very limiting one to approach any conversation from. The moment you ask yourself, is this good or is this bad? That's it. Conversation ended there, right? All you are doing is coming to a binary decision. But life is not as simple as that. Life is a system of everything that works along with each other. And so you might be thinking logically from what I just shared, oh, I have to be delusional and crazy. Being a cynic and being negative is wrong. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is both are necessary, and we just need to explore which ones align and which ones empower us rather than limit us. So throughout this conversation, I don't want you to keep the lens of good or bad. I want you to keep the lens of, is this thing empowering me or is this thing limiting me? Or even simpler, is this thing getting me closer to my goals or is this thing limiting me from reaching my goals? Got it? Perfect. So with this frame of mind set, now I want to help you understand what these two categories are and how they play out. So you probably know the negative thinker. Maybe you are one yourself, but don't worry. We don't have to judge you. You don't have to judge anyone. We're just looking at the reality here. So what these people will do is they'll look at a problem, they'll look at a situation, they'll even look at an opportunity, and they'll start finding everything that's going wrong there. They'll start thinking, oh, maybe this doesn't work. Maybe this won't work out. Maybe if I am trying to achieve my goal by using this specific approach, I'm actually going to end up failing rather than succeeding. Or if they're professional overthinkers, like some of you may be, and let's say one of your goals is to get fit and to go to the gym to make it happen, rather than going to the gym and making it happen, your mind's already thinking, what if I get late for office? Then the gym won't work. What if my diet doesn't align with the gym? Then the gym is wasted effort anyways. What if I go to the gym but the trainer's not good? Then what do I do? What if I go to the gym and I find out that everything that I've been wanting from the gym is not actually there and it's a poor quality gym, poor quality training rather than the one I expected? You've done this kind of questioning at least at some point in your life related to some or the other goal in your life, something that you wanted to decide on. And while you call this preparation, while you call this getting ready, while you call this that I'm just trying to make sure, essentially what that shows is the hesitation that exists inside to take action on the goals. If you just show up to the gym, you can no longer be lazy. But rather than accepting the fact that I'm lazy, our mind will be very smart. Our mind will create this whole story because of which I'm not lazy. It's just all these problems because of which I'm not able to go to the gym. The problems are not even real. The problems are just future imagined problems inside your head. But that's what the cynics and the negative people are incredibly good at doing. Now, their life often just turns out to be a mediocre life because dreams may be big. Before they can even take action on the dreams, their own thoughts bring their dreams down. All these what ifs, all these fears, that's what they do. But now I want to go to the second side here. And the second side is the delusional, positive, crazy, happy, always think positive kind of category. Now this category looks pretty good on the surface, but actually is the most dangerous one, even more dangerous than the negative thinking one. Because here comes a false belief. There's a universe out there that's going to work for me and that's going to manifest every single thing that I want. Now, I am personally a big believer in manifestation. I am a believer in the power of the universe. I've seen the magic happen in my own life, so I'm not denying that it doesn't work. What does not work is this delusional category where people start believing, I just have to sort out my energy. I just have to work on creating this internal peace. I just have to sit on my couch every day and meditate for 5 hours and bam, my life is going to turn into my dream life. I'm sorry, my friend, it won't happen. Yes, the universe works. Yes, manifestation works. Yes, energy works. It's the foundation of everything you and I are. And when you work on that energy, your resistance to growth goes down, because of which growth happens effortlessly. But it does not happen without work. It does not happen without action. And now this is why positive thinking has such a bad brand recall and such a poor marketing image out in the world. Because this is not positive thinking which people do. When they say, my goal is to lose my goal is to lose 15 kilograms by the end of the year. Well, if you want to do that, show up to the gym, show up to working out, show up to having a better diet. But no, you don't want to do any of that. What you are going to do instead is, you're going to make a vision board, you're going to create affirmations, you're going to create manifestations, you're going to think positive every single day. When someone says, oh, you're looking a bit overweight, or if someone's pretty rude and they just come up to you and say, oh, why are you so fat? You call me that? No, please don't call me that. I'm working on it. And then you repeat in your mind, I'm slim, I'm healthy, I'm slim, I'm healthy, I'm slim, I'm healthy, I'm slim, I'm healthy. Well, my friend, if you don't take action on becoming slim and healthy, all this positive thinking is just self-delusional. And this is also not good. Just negative thinking, not good. Just positive thinking, not good at all. Both sides, you are limiting your life, you're limiting your perspectives, and you're limiting your ability to grow. Because if you just think negative, you avoid action by being overwhelmed by fear. If you just think positive, you avoid action by being blinded by delusional optimism. Both sides are equally dangerous, because ultimately you are the one who has to face the reality of your life, right? When the year passes by and the scale still says the same weight, then you will say, manifestation really doesn't work. This is just a hoax. This is just a story that people have made in the self-help world to sell everything. No. Here's what I mean when I say that either of these sides are not good and we need something in the middle which actually creates results. And that is to have positive expectations, not just positive thinking. Now here's the difference. I want to continue with the weight loss example only because that's a very simple and powerful goal that we can experience this shift in, that all of us can relate to, rather than some complicated example. If you think all those negative thoughts about the gym, you're not going to the gym, you're not succeeding, you're not becoming the person you want. If you just positively affirm and manifest without taking action, nothing happens. But now think about this. Oh yes, my goal is to lose 15 kilograms by the end of this year. I'm so excited to make it happen. I'm an athlete, I'm an achiever. I'm so excited to show up to the gym, to do everything. And your thought process is not about how you will feel when you have achieved the goal. Your thought process is how you will feel and how you are open and how you are excited in the process and in the action of that goal. That is positively expecting great things from yourself. I'm going to repeat that line. The key to success, the key to growth, the key to overthinking the best possible situation. Remember the quote I said at the start, right? The key to making that happen for us is to have positive expectations from yourself, which take you to excellence, which take you to growth, which take you to the next level. And that is when manifestation, energy, law of attraction, whatever you call it, or higher power that you may believe in, all of that starts working for you, my friend. And I want to give you a very, very easy way to understand this and to break this down. The reason negative thinking blocks us is it doesn't allow us to show up as our best selves. The reason positive thinking blocks us is it tells us it's okay to give up on accountability, it's okay to give up on sincerity, just think and it will happen. But when you're positively expecting action from yourself, this is what you create in your mind. You create a version of you that is capable. You create a version of you that is successful. You create a version of you that is an action taker. You create a version of you that can take action to achieve all these goals. And that subconscious programming is what makes the results come in your favor. And the power of positive expectations is not just another concept. It's actually proven scientifically in neuroscience and psychology through a research that was conducted in the 1960s by Rosenthal and Jacobson. So at that time, what they had done is they were trying to see what would be the effect of a positive expectation on the relationship between a student and a teacher, and eventually the student's results and the student's grades. So when a new class had come together, right, they had just talked to the teachers, not even the students, but the teachers that let's say there are 10 students in the class, okay? 5 students, oh yeah, they're doing good, they're doing okay, maybe they'll pass, maybe they'll not. So something like that on a normal lens that they told them, that they told the teachers about the students as a brief. Now on the other end, let's say for the other 5 students, to understand how the impact would be, they told the teachers, oh, they have great capacity. They may be a bit late bloomers, but they are going to really shine because they have it all within them and they really know how to really make a mark, how to study well, how to get good grades, everything. These students were not actually performing well. But all the researchers had done was they had set these expectations in the teacher's mind. By the end of the school year, guess what happened? The students who were labeled as the bloomers, the students who were said they have potential, they actually improved, actually grew. They got major results and major improvements in their academic performance. Now the students didn't even know this. That's the craziest part of it. Like, it seems like telepathy. It seems like, how did the students know that this is what was said about them, because of which the students became this way? But actually the students had nothing to do with it. All that was at play were positive expectations. Because Rosenthal and Jacobson set up this positive expectation in the minds of the teacher, here's what happened. The teachers naturally started to treat these students with more warmth. The teachers naturally started to give them more challenging tests than they would usually give, because in their mind was the expectation, oh, this person can match up to it. They naturally spent more time in answering questions. They naturally spent more time thinking about these students and caring for them, because again, in their mind, the expectation was these students would become this person, these students would grow up, these students would really shine. And as a result of that, what changed was not the students. What changed was the way the teacher showed up. Because there was a positive expectation, actions from the teachers changed. Now, just like that, in your life, the mistake you're making is you're manifesting goals and you're degrading yourself. You're talking about the affirmations that you want to achieve and the success that you want to create and the car that you want and the luxury that you want and the relationship that you want. But throughout the day, what are you really saying to yourself about your capabilities? Me? I'll do it. I don't think I can do it. I'm worthless. I'm probably someone who really cannot handle this task. Or when something comes up for you at the office, rather than taking it as a challenge to grow your capacity, you're already worried. Already I had so much work. Now what do I do? Well, if you want big goals, if you want big success, if you want big creations, negative thinking is not going to cut it. Just positive thinking but lack of sincere action is not going to cut it. What is going to help you is doing to yourself what the teachers did to the students. Because the teachers expected more from the students, they showed up with more warmth, they showed up with more care, they showed up with more love, but they also pushed the boundary and they created growth. In your life, what are the areas where you've stopped growing? Really think about it. You may think you're growing, but are you growing or are you just moving and you're on a plateau? A lot of us are exactly stuck on that kind of a plateau where no matter how hard we try, success is not coming to us. Well, it's not a question of hard work. It's a question of what are you expecting from yourself, and make those expectations positive, make them empowering, make them strong. It may feel a bit mechanical to you right now. It may feel a bit, what really is the power of this? But try it once in a while. Try really going after your goal with this positive expectation. I'm going to be excellent. I'm going to be great. I am someone who can make this happen. And with that confidence, your resistance goes down, your fear goes down, and you're able to take the action. And when you take the action with the right energy, you are open to receiving, you're open to abundance, you're open to growth. And then magically, all the opportunities you've been trying to manifest, they show up for you. Now, simple logic. If there's a beggar and the beggar wants a BMW, is the BMW company just going to give the beggar a BMW? Of course not. They know the person cannot pay for the car. But if there's a billionaire, does the BMW company have any problem giving a BMW to him or her? No problem at all, because they know the billionaire can handle it, the billionaire can afford it. Well, just like that, think of the universe, think of your goals, think of your God, the higher power as the BMW showroom, the BMW company that's selling the cars. If you're showing up like a beggar, if you're showing up with desperation, if you're showing up with no action at all, but no, I want it, I need it, I want it, I need it, and you're technically throwing tantrums like a child, no matter how hard you try, is the universe going to give you what you want? No. But if you become the person that you know you need to be, like a billionaire, or if you become the person inside on the mindset level, on the identity level, on the showing up level, where you positively start expecting more from yourself and you grow as a person, then when you walk into the universe's showroom, will you get rejected or will you get effortless success? Just like the billionaire can get a BMW in 2 hours, you can get massive success, massive opportunities aligning to you in craziest ways you may never even have thought of before. And that, my friends, is the power of positively expecting from yourself. When we say overthink the best case scenario too, you think it better by expectations, by creating these standards for yourself, than sticking to them and taking action on them. So if you've been feeling stuck lately, here's your assignment for today. Think about the areas where you've not been expecting from yourself, where you've actually been degrading yourself. You've been thinking low about yourself, but you're trying to manifest higher. The best way out of overthinking is action. So declare in the comment section, where am I going to positively expect more from myself? Make that commitment, share your ideas, inspire me with your standards of excellence. And who knows, your comment could be the reason someone else also brings back this spark for growth and this spark for success. And together as a community, we will go ahead and achieve all our goals. And make sure to share this video with that one friend of yours who always has big dreams but is not able to achieve them. This might be the exact answer they need, and together when you succeed, that's even better. Thank you so much for being here. Like always, I value your time, I value your commitment, and I hope I was able to add that extra nugget which makes your week, your day, and your year better and takes you closer to your goals. I'll see you once again in the next video. Thank you so much.